Frequency's not in use. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio. Well, the frequency's in use now. Is there any emergency traffic? Very good. If there is, call 911. Then you can call us. But please call 911 first. Always the first rule, call 911. If you can't do that, you don't have a phone or it doesn't work, call us. We'll do it for you. Just make sure to give us your address. For information, well, yeah, you can call anytime for emergencies. Net may be broken at any time, and the information on this net, you can see us on YouTube on 140. Put my call in, K4PEW, K4PEW, in the search block for YouTube. It'll bring up the strain of my radio, so you can also hear other people on the net besides myself. You can also go to our 146415.net, 146415.net. You can also go to us, sign up for our email list, or just go and look at our schedule on the facing page, on the face page of that. It's groups.io, groups.in Oscar. And look for MJSS, which stands for Mount Juliet Simplex Society, or Simpleton Society. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, which we've been doing now for 8 years. We will be doing the 2-meter net on 146.415, and then we'll be doing a 2-meter upper sideband net on 144.240, and then we'll be doing the 6-meter net on 50.135 upper sideband, 50.135. Purpose of the net is to have fun, figure out how your radio and your antenna are working, get you used to doing this. I haven't said this in ages, but when I first got into ham radio 17 years ago, I started working with a club, and I realized that it seemed like most of the members of the club, A, couldn't program their radios on the fly, B, they always worked with repeaters and they didn't do any simplex. And so I didn't even know how to put it in the simplex mode. So I thought it was fascinating, but it's one of the reasons we have tended to move around between simplex and upper sideband nets and 2 meters, and we even do 70-centimeter nets sometimes. We do all those things. So what it does, it forces all of us to move around easily through our own radio. Well, hopefully easily through our own radio. So anyway, that's some of the impetus that I did. And it was great because the net we did in Florida that I principally did was that I started and did it for a couple of years was just what we're doing here, except we covered 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 6 meters, all on FM, and then we moved over to 10 meters sideband and 10 meters FM. I don't remember if we did 6-meter sideband or not, but it was a good net because we had an antenna that's up to 100 feet or so up in the air, and we had a lot of participation. Anyway, but I think we've been doing fine here for nearly 8 years. Announcements: we had a great Ham Fest tailgate this morning over in Lebanon at the county fairgrounds, and I'm guessing that they had, I don't know, maybe upwards of 500 people. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun. And I got to see a lot of people I'd never met before, which was great. I appreciate everybody who came and approached me, since I didn't know what you looked like. But you tended to know what I looked like, so appreciate you doing that. Other announcements, we've got tomorrow is the 10-meter net at 7:30 p.m. on 28.415, 7:30 p.m. Mike, KM4YRF. Mike, are you out there today? No, he wasn't there for the 2-meter net on C4 FM either, so he must have had something going on where he's out of radio range or something else private going on there. Hope to hear from him later. At any rate, we've got in 3 weeks or so, I believe it's the 20th and 21st, we've got there's the Huntsville Ham Fest, which is a nice big ham fest. And it's a lot of fun. It's a long trip down there, an hour and something, but it's worth it because all the big vendors are there. The Yesu, Kenwood's not there. I talked to a guy with the Huntsville Ham Fest today, and Yesu, and what do you call it, an ICOM, and who else is there? Yesu, ICOM. I think Alinko's there, and Yesu, ICOM, Alinko. Not sure who else. I know Kenwood's not going to be there. I'm confident that MFJ is going to be there. But anyway, it's just a good chance. And they've got, I think he said 400 tables, but I could be wrong. So anyway, it's a good place to be, good place for looking for equipment. and just meeting people from all over. Any other announcements? All righty, well, we'll jump right into it. This is net number, I was ill prepared. Hold on one second.
Comment.
Yo, Richard.
I just want to thank everybody that can hear me for coming to the AMFest day that did. We had a great time, and hope everybody else did too. It was a little hard work at different spots, but overall and in general, we enjoyed doing it and enjoy and appreciate everybody's participation. So carry on, and I'll holler at you on the east side of the world. KI4SIB.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, we were. Bill and I were joking about it a little bit when I said, "Man, you said it was something like 190 tables. It was really 101."
Yes, sir, and we were happy to have Bill too. I'll just tell you. But anyway, thank you. Carry on. I'll talk to you in a bit. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good. No, it was excellent. Really, the weather held up perfectly, like too perfectly. It was really sunny and hot out there, but most of it was indoors and out of the shade, out of the sun. So it was fun. Bill made us suffer through standing out in the parking lot while he was giving the prizes over. So that was the torture end of it. Anyway, this is net number 818. We're starting from the south. Of course, we'll be taking check-ins people short on time first. We've been averaging, I'd say around 30 in the last year or so, 30 a net, so it's kind of cool. But it doesn't really matter how many showed up. If I showed up for 2 people in the first couple of nets or 3 people, I can certainly show up for more or less. Let's see, we might as well go. Does anybody have any other comments? Please come in.
I was just commenting about putting you on the heat there, Paul. KK4WU.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went over in the shade, if you noticed. I said, nah, enough of this. I went over and sat down.
Yeah, you're smart. A lot of people did on each side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because when people leave, then you're going through a lot more tickets of people who aren't there.
All right, that. Yeah. And I second what Richard was saying. I'd like to thank everybody out there that attended today. It was, like you said, a great day. Kind of a new venue for us, and we learned a lot. Not perfect, of course, but we'll get there. And we'll continue to push forward and get there. But I'd also like to thank Wilson Amateur Radio Club team, Richard and the others, Frank, and many others I can't mention here because I can't rattle them off. But anyway, they all were very, very helpful with the event. I appreciate them so much making this a successful event.
Did you have a final number?
We were 38. We're right about 500, but we were 38 general admission tickets short of what we did last year. So technically, we were down a little bit.
Oh, you know why? Because it was attendance suppression.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, and I caught wind of it a little bit inside, information that there was some Russian interference.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm going to investigate that.
Yeah, and as far as I could tell, Trump may have been at the whole head of that whole thing.
Oh, did you see him there? I think he was there.
Yeah, I think he was the one on the golf cart.
Kept buzzing by, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, appreciate all you did on that, Bill. It worked out very well today. Believe it or not, it's all worth the effort. Just like doing this net, it's all worth it.
Yeah, I just unloaded. I just now got the car unloaded and upstairs here. Turn on the fan. Going to jump in the shower here shortly. But again, I can't thank enough my team that worked on this, and they continue to shine each year. We get better every year. Michael Wright handling all the tables and everything. So again, awesome show, and glad everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, very good, Bill, and kudos to the entire crew who have participated. I don't know what kudos means, other than it means good job. How about Bravo Zulu? That's another. That was a Navy one. I think they might have used it in other aspects too. Anyway, my hats off to everyone who was in it. All righty, hold on one sec. Just trying to clear something on my screen here. There we go. Any other comments before I move on? Yeah, just don't forget the big event down there in Huntsville. And I think some of that, by the way, some of the people who might have been a little reluctant to show up are those that might be have some health issues and didn't feel comfortable going out with the new COVID flying around them. Maybe that's part of it too. I don't know. I know we live in a kind of a different world than we used to. Everybody running around, chickens with their head cut off. I didn't see anybody in masks though today. That's kind of interesting. Normally I do. I see somebody in a mask. Anyway, some of us need masks. All right, who is short on time? Please come now. Hello, Danny. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm mobile. I wanted to tell him he was plus two people at the event this year from last year. So I wasn't doing radio last year.
Well, it was good to meet you there with your son. That was great.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I'm out here in Cassian Springs. Just left Daddy's house.
Ah, very good. That was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November, and he is mobile over just leaving Castellian Springs. Good to have you in there. Who else is short on time? Wasn't able to copy that station. Go ahead again, please. I got no copy. Anybody copying that?
Steve up in Bowling Green.
Oh wow, Steve, I didn't copy you there, but that's odd because you were just great on C4 FM earlier. Yeah, conditions must have changed in the last 30 minutes, man. That's weird. I didn't get any of that. You were just busting in on the squelch buster. That was it. Appreciate you checking in, though.
Steve, I hear you just fine down here right now, but Paul can't hear you at all, Harvey. Appreciate it, and hope everything's going well up there for you. Okay, out for us. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, very good. I could hear him right at the noise level on that last transmission. If he can hear me, so conditions have apparently changed between us and Scottsville, Kentucky. Very good, Steve. If you can hear me, thank you. Who else is short on time? All right, hold on. I got Eddie in there. Heard the Delta station, but I don't know who it was. How you doing, Eddie? It's good to see you today on your speed share.
Yeah, Speedy Eddie. Yeah, man, it was good to see a whole bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while, and turned out to be a great ham fest. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's funny because Hamfests are often partly you need parts, partly you like to look at stuff, and partly you get it's like old home week.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of stuff for sale.
Yeah, it was good. It was just very good. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Of course, I always do. You got anything else for the net, Eddie?
Oh, that'd be it. Just wanted to check in, and I tried to check in on the D-Star, but I don't think anybody's heard.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not on the D-Star net, so I couldn't say if I could hear it. I'd probably be able to hear you just fine. Yeah, that's very good. That's Eddie. He's in what do you call it? Over there, Gladeville. That's where he is. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Who was that Delta station? I think it ended in Delta.
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike, Kilo Delta.
Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, very good. I'm like I said, I'm glad you could jump in there, Doug. You're at your home station right now.
Yeah, I'm in my shack right now.
Well, the reason asked because I think I was just talking to Steve and I could barely hear him up north of you in Scottsville, Kentucky. And you're normally have a much better audio than you do right now. That's why I was wondering. So the conditions from the northern sector is not very good tonight.
Well, I was running on low power, 5 watts. How's it sound now?
Ah, it sounds better. Yeah, much better. So you're trying to cheat on me. You're going Al Gore on me.
Well, I've been out here playing with this radio, this cross band repeat, trying to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, very good. No, it's yeah. Which radio do you have?
This is the Yaesu. I'm sorry, this is the CYT 9800, and I've been trying to program where I can use my HT from inside the house and use crossband repeats, and so far I haven't had a lot of success.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. I don't know about the TYT, but I'm sure it's similar. I had the same general confusion on the dual band Kenwood I have, and it's a nice radio, but it took me a while to figure out what the heck they were talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to get it synced up with our club repeater up in Cross Plains, and it worked for a while, and then it quit. Now I don't know what happened.
You probably weren't holding your mouth right.
Yeah, that could be it. It could be I'm just hungry. But anyway, I want to say thanks again, and good evening, everybody. Kilo 1 KB clear.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo Delta. That's Doug up in Greenbrier. Greenbrier. Who else is short on time?
Kilo 4, why, yes.
KO4. Again, who is that again?
Kilo 4, why, yes. Mystery person up in Oak Grove.
KO4YES. Yes, I haven't heard from you in a little while and I forgot your first name.
Thanks, Joey. Yeah, I put up a vertical, and it hasn't been working as good. I can hear y'all every night, every time you did it. Yeah, but night conditions are better, so you can hear me, yay. You were full fighting on me. I'm hoping good.
Yeah, no. Well, from your location, I'm guessing a vertical is usually not going to be as well as a beam.
Well, I'm thinking to change that situation. We're going to put up a 13 element beam.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, now you know Steve up in Bowling Green, north of Bowling Green?
No, I heard him. I've heard everybody actually tonight.
I know, I was wondering because he does that simplex net from north of Bowling Green. He's about the same distance as I am from, he's 65 miles, and that's where you are, 65 miles from me. And he's got a 5 element beam, and most of the time I can hear him. Sometimes I can hear him like he's right next door. So I'm sure you'll do much better with how big a beam you can put up?
Well, it is a Cushcraft 11, but it's got some extra stuff with it. The guy in Bowling Green actually has it.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. And of course, that other fellow, Michael in Clarksville, which is your direction, he's got that 4 element quad beam in his attic that I can hear pretty good on most occasions. So, the better the antenna, the better off, and the higher, of course, the better off you are, no matter what.
Well, the first time I talked to you, I was on my J-pole, but wind took it down. I had to fix it.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That you busted the J-pole idea. It's a bad antenna, but all antennas are good under the right conditions.
Roger that. Yes, sir. Well, good talking to you. I'm glad you can hear me. Conditions have been real good. I was talking Simplexton to some other people on 520 earlier, and it's walking out there tonight.
Awesome. Well, very good. That was Joey. He is in Oak Grove, Kentucky. So he's another. We got 2 from Kentucky tonight, and he's 65 miles northwest of me. He's just a little farther northwest of Clarksville. Yeah, everybody knows where that is. His call is Kilo Oscar 4 Yankee Echo Sierra. And he's on a vertical, and he's going to be putting up a big 2-meter beam. That'll be awesome. Who else is any place anywhere who's short on time? Hey, hold on, Alpha Echo Tango. I got Michael. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that I heard Steve in Bowling Green S1, but with great audio for the first time.
Huh? That's because you forgot about the Yaesu now.
I did, and I was cutting grass, working like a dog. 12, and I just told I got finished at 7:59 to make this test.
Wow. Cutting grass. Is that a euphemism to do with other kind of grass? All right, very good. Hold on, Michael. Alpha, who was that? Alpha Echo Tango call, please.
TQ4 Alpha X Tango. Chris.
Ah, there we go, Chris. Yeah, that call always still messes me up, Chris. It was good to see you today.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody today, and I want to thank you very much for your help getting me lined up with a decent power supply. Really appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that sounds funny. I'm not bragging because it has nothing to do with me. It does have something to do with me, but I'm not sure why. And that when I walked over there, that had a $150 price tag on it.
Holy hell.
Yeah, and he more or less said, listen, if he wants that, I forget what exactly he said. And then I see him put, he goes, he can have it for $75. I didn't say a word. You know, I didn't say, hey, I didn't say nothing because it wasn't my deal.
Well, that's cool. He's one of the summer guys that I tested with when I got up to when I took my first exam with something.
Yep, no, I heard you say that. Yeah, no, I'm glad you got that. It's a nice, that power supply. You really can't beat that with a stick. You just can't.
Yeah, I'm trying. I believe you. And I tried to convince my wife, like, hey, yeah, apparently I got a really good deal on that thing, and she's looking at this big black box. So
Well, tell her you bought for pound, you got it cheap.
yeah, no, it definitely sounds like I got to win. It's definitely hefty.
Yeah, you don't want to have to drag that too far for sure. No, that's a good. You'll have really years of use and abuse of that thing. I'm telling you.
Yep, I appreciate that again. So thank you again for that. Thank you for running this net and everything, and really enjoying getting into this ham stuff.
Oh yeah, glad to have you in there, and I'm glad you enjoyed your first ham fest. It's make sure try to get down to Huntsville if you can.
I already have tickets. I already have a hotel, and the plan is to test for my general at Huntsville.
Oh, awesome. Well, you got 3 weeks, 21 days to go over those. I forget how many questions are on the general test. I don't remember how much in the question pool, but I'd take it an hour every day.
That's the plan.
Yeah, very good. That was Chris. Yeah, a Kilo Quebec for Alpha Echo Tango, and he's here in Mount Juliet somewhere in this area. Who else is? I think he's over toward Gladesville. That's where it is. Who else is short on time? All righty, we're taking check-ins from the south. Please come now.
Bravo 5, Echo.
Hello, Larry. Sounds like I haven't talked to you in a week. I don't know if that's true or not. You couldn't make the ham fest, huh?
I was there.
Oh yeah, you must have missed me. I wouldn't. Since I don't know what you look like, I have no idea.
Well, you didn't miss much. I was there. I heard you say you're all sitting there with me, and I'm like, okay, where did this take place?
We see. I can if I don't meet people that I talk to on the air, I can have this vision of like a movie star appearance from people, you know. And then when I meet them, I go, oh, just a regular guy.
You get more of a if you ever met me. So
Well, it was like my dad. I loved it. Me and my brother still make fun of him when he's been dead for 20 years. Whenever I would say something, he'd say, well, who just called you? Or who are you with? You'd ask him. You know, he was very fairly, it wasn't like he was interrogating me, but he'd say, who are you going with? And I'd say, oh, it's Vic. He goes, oh, him. You know, it was always him. Oh, him. He always had a criticism about my friend. Oh, him.
well, it's the same thing here. So not a whole lot different. At least when I lived in population, when it was once I moved out to the country, wasn't anybody around, didn't have to worry about that.
No, as a matter of fact, my cousins who lived in the same county as I did, but they had a dairy farm. And I say finally, one of them said to me, growing up on a farm, and I used to spend a lot of time out there. And I loved it. You know, it was just great experience for me living in a small city. But they said to me that the problem with growing up on a farm is you're isolated. And that really can be problematic socially.
Well, I believe it. That's how I grew up anyway. So what did you do? Have like your own little table that you sat there and just shook hands as people walked by or something, or kissed each Jeff, or what?
No, I just no, I just wandered around like I was a normal person. And if people came up and grabbed me because they recognized me or they saw my call on my hat, which I'm glad some did. There was several guys who came up and said hello, which I was glad because I have no idea what they look like. In fact, the one guy, Danny, he came up and introduced myself to him, and I go, oh wow, yeah, it's great to meet you. And I go, and I said, and I wasn't trying to, you know, make a favorable comment just to make me sound good or him sound good. It was so funny how you get an impression. That whole idea. I have an image of what people look like based upon their voice, which is meaningless. That's just fantasy. So in my mind, because of his voice quality, I presumed I didn't know how old he was. I had no. I had him probably. I thought he was maybe 40. Maybe. And here he is. He's more like 60 something. Just cracked me up. And he thought it was nice, but it's so funny how you create images in your mind about who you're talking to.
So basically, you're stereotyping and you're prejudging.
Yeah, which I find to be it's good. It's a nice exercise because it always blows your mind when you meet somebody and you go, no, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to look like that.
Yeah, I get it. I think everybody does. I think everybody does. Well, I don't know. I got there about 11 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 11 o'clock. I kind of went in real quick. Got some more trinkets. I mean, it probably took longer for me to pay to get in than it did for me to run through the place. I only seen a couple of folks that I had met before. That's about it.
Yeah, no, it was good. We had a lot of good stuff there, and like I said, Huntsville's the monster of our local Midway anyway.
Yeah. Well, what I meant to say was I got there about 11 o'clock because I don't get up too early on my one day off.
Oh yeah, well, you really do work 6 days, huh?
Well, it's a day and a half because my schedule right now is horrible. Day shift the first half of the week, evening shift the second half of the week. So when I get home on Friday, I just go straight to bed, sleep in, get all day Saturday. Then I got to go to bed early bed Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's my wife's deal too. She works the second shift at the post office, so she goes to work. She leaves at 5 in the afternoon, comes home at 2:15 in the morning, and then we stay up for a couple hours. I go to bed for a couple hours at first, and then I stay up with her for 2 3 hours. Then go back to bed, and then she gets up, by sometimes 1, sometimes 2. So the entire daytime day is gone, and then she's just kind of getting ready for work to go back to work at 5.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of the way it is for me. Not that extreme, but it's just about that way. But well, I had something to say. I can't think of it anymore. Anyway, it's something like that.
All right, I still got a good image of you anyway. That was Larry in Walter Hill. Kilo Bravo 5, Echo Charlie Victor. Who else is south? Nobody else south.
Comment Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Very good, Larry. Got you in there. So you made all 4 nets so far.
Yep, made all 4. And we had 4 people on D-Star, and I was listening for Eddie, but I didn't hear him, but I heard him say he tried us.
Yeah, maybe his conditions were bad or whatever. Might have been on the wrong antenna. Who knows? Appreciate it, Larry. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. They had 4 check-ins on D-Star tonight. And we had, I say we, on Fusion, I can find my notes, which I can't at the moment. We had a grand total of, I think, 5, if I'm not mistaken. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 5 check-ins, 6 check-ins on Fusion. My mistake. That was cool. All right, and we had 4 check-ins on DMR. So it's a competition of low check-in numbers. Anyway, who else? Who was the other? Who else? Richard, you had some.
Where's the last person you were talking to? Where's your location?
Larry's in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Why can I'm out here in Murfreesboro?
Well, he's kind of near Murfreesboro, yeah.
Hell, he's a whole lot closer to Murfreesboro than I don't get it. I can't hear NAPPY, but I can hear Larry. I don't get it. But anyway, carry on. I'm just curious.
Well, if it makes any sense at all, when Michael KM4YRF lived in Belshire, he had trouble hearing Murfreesboro. Same deal. He could hear me and everybody else fine, but Murfreesboro is apparently a black hole for RF.
Evidently. All right, carry on. I'll let you in a bit. Okay, I will rest.
Yeah, very good. Who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, Ken Smyrna.
Hello, Ken. Didn't make the Ham Fest, eh, Ken?
No, every time, Paul, seems like some family jumps up last minute. I had planned it, was ready to go, and then burp, it's gone.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's not like you missed the last train to Clarksville, you know.
That's right. I understand you. It was a pretty well attended town fest, had a lot of stuff. Sorry I missed it, but sometimes, Paul, some things are more important, and then some things are more pressing. Today, it was important for me to go to the ham fest, but something more pressing came up.
Oh yeah, no, I understand completely. Um, I don't really, I can't say if I've missed Ham Fest that I wanted to go to, let's put it that way. I have missed Ham Fest, and I don't give it much thought because the only thing I'm really missing is meeting people that that I don't see that often, and not that that's terrible, and not that that's. I just what I'm saying is it's just one of those things. It's not a big deal. I can live. I'll be fine. It's not critical. It's not like missing a dentist appointment or anything.
Absolutely. Well, I want to say 73 to everybody on the net. I think I heard everybody today except there was one up north that was scratchy. So anyway, 73. Paul, thank you for doing that. This is WV4D. Back to let you do the net.
Very good. That was Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. That's Ken and Smyrna. It occurred to me just now as you were talking, when you said the net, I was thinking maybe we ought to call it a drag net, but then that brings on implications that I'm not going to go for. Who else is south? Over to the east. Yep. Okay, I heard, I think OKE. Hold on one second, though. I had James in there, Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Hotel, India. How you doing, James?
Pretty good. Been working well outside today.
It was a little cooler this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it got hot during the day.
Yeah, it was hot over at the Ham Fest by noon, man. It was burning up.
Well, I wasn't there.
No, I understand. I would have seen you if you were there.
Well, I did some work around the house that had to be done inside.
Oh, I know. I've always got something to do, and I have to do it on other days. Everything going well?
Other than that, everything's going well.
Very good. Well, hope your family's doing well. That was James, Whiskey Alpha for Zulu Hotel India here in Mount Juliet. The OKE station, I forget the prefix on your call.
And for November for Lima Kilo Echo.
Ah, it's a Lima Kilo. That's why I don't remember it all. Give me your first name, please.
Ron, Romeo, Oscar, Nancy.
Yeah, very good, Ron. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Are you doing okay?
I'm doing great. I got a little more sun than I wanted to today. I remember whenever I get in the sun and I stay out in it for any length of time, and I was out in the sun, well, a while. And I remember that I shouldn't be standing in the sun very much because it's just not good for me because I've had sun poisoning in the past and I even have scars to show for it.
Yeah, same here. I got a bunch of that skin cancer. It's and got to put stuff on it all the time. But how's my signal?
It's actually very good. Your audio is a little hot. Are you using a different mic or what's going on there?
Oh, I just picked this radio up at the Ham Fest and just trying to get used to it.
Okay, no, I don't know. Is there a gain adjustment on that on the mic?
I'm not sure. I just got it hooked it up.
Yeah, no, yeah, I got you. Which radio did you get?
It's a Lanco DR 735C.
Oh yeah, I've got a. I always thought a Linko was kind of like the stepchild in the ham radio industry, and then I bought an Alinco 85-watt 2-meter rig. It was great.
Yeah, this is fine. It's just the other one I had. You could barely hear me on it when I called in last time.
No, this one's doing fine for you, Ron.
So good. I'm glad. I'm on the vertical I got from Stan.
Yeah, you're doing about 20 over.
Oh, great. Thank you. I hope you have a good evening.
Yep, that was Ron. He's in Lebanon, November 4, Lima, Kilo, Echo. Great signal on your new used radio. Who else is east?
Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, Michael and Lebanon.
Michael, were you there today?
No, I couldn't make it out today. I wish I had, but sounds like everybody had a good time out there.
Well, I told you there's only three reasons to go to Hamfest, and I fulfilled all of them: the great cuisine, the great ham fashions, the clothing fashions, and then of course the babes.
I know it's one of those one-time things a year that I wish I could have gone and made out there, but it sounded like today was the perfect day to go out there. They had 3 air-conditioned buildings, and then even the outside when they had their air flowing, but I just couldn't quite make it.
Oh, I understand, man. You're close enough though. You should have just dragged yourself over there.
There's always next year. Taking myself over there. So, but there's always next year. Made last year. Maybe I'll make next year.
Oh yeah, you'll do fine. Of course, there's always Huntsville here in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. I've never been to Huntsville, so that may be something to look at.
Well, Huntsville's great because it has like 400 tables there, not including the national vendors, MFJ and Yaesu and ICOM and Alinka, those kind of people.
Yeah, I know it's one of the big ones. This one, and I think Dayton is one of two of the big ones that everybody talks about. I just haven't never crossed paths with them.
Yeah, the other one I've been to once, or I don't remember, I went there once or twice, but it was the Florida Hamcation they have there near Orlando.
Oh, no, I've not heard of that one, but like you say, around here, like the Dayton one and Huntsville, and then I think I've heard that there's a couple of pretty good sized ones down in Texas. Not that I ever go that direction.
Yeah, I'm told, I don't know how big, I don't know what the comparison is in terms of people that show up or the number of vendors, but for instance, the one in Florida near Orlando has, at least when I was there, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't changed, it has all of the normal vendors, national vendors, international manufacturers, and then some. I mean, there was all of them were there, and then of course, like I have no idea how many tables. It was actually tiring to go into a place that has that much to see. So that's kind of nice, but it's at the same time. In fact, there's lots of opportunities to see stuff you might want when the bigger the show.
That's true. I know Bill and them have done a heck of a lot of work putting that thing together out here in Lebanon, and I think it's just going to grow from here. I'm hoping next year is 10 to 20% bigger than it is this year, because I think they're really going to do some good business out there.
Well, I'm told by the grapevine over there that they may be in a new venue, a single building Hamfest next year.
That would be fantastic. I mean, that would be really probably a game changer to get in that one big building and have everybody together, and you wouldn't have to slide out to other buildings, and that would keep the weather in check and everything else. So that sounds like a good deal to me.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Yeah, no, it's there. They're building a new building out there, like right now as we speak, and it's like a 20 or 25,000 square foot building that apparently will be available by next year's Hamfest.
Wow, I think that the state fair being out there is kind of spurring a lot of that building and construction to keep those crowds coming that direction. And Wilson County Fair is one of the biggest, better ones in the whole United States, so that probably pushes it too.
I'm sure they did. Wilson County, I was told that they balked at the idea some years ago to bring in the state fair over there, and finally they said, "Okay, fine, give us the money."
That was it. I mean, the state's been petitioning Wilson County Fair for a long time, and they just finally got their ducks in a row last year, so making it happen. And I think it was so successful this past year that it kind of sealed the deal for them.
Yeah, that's awesome, really. Of course, we had to compete. There was some competition at today's. For those that didn't go, there was competition. And the main hall was the gun show, and then in another part of the property there was a poultry show. Now that's a big competition for us ham radio people.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you gotta compete with the fowls of the earth.
Yeah, a bunch of clucks.
Little cluck here, little cluck there, and then you always get on the radio and do a little ham.
Yeah, very good. I'm just glad there wasn't a pig show there.
Call me in.
Hey, go ahead. I heard Earl.
Well, I'll turn it back to you and let somebody else get in here and talk. 73 to you, Paul. Appreciate it. WA5 RIP.
Yeah, very good. That was Michael Whiskey Alpha. It's Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. Earl, I heard you in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but if I remember correctly, which is up for debation, but anyway, I think Wilson County got or Lebanon got a $5 million bribe to do that, but or anyway, payout or something, however you want to nomenclate it. I don't know if that's
Yeah, very good, Earl. Yeah, well, I guess they needed the bribe to let all the bombers from Nashville Davidson come over here.
Yeah, they've been tearing down the Nashville fairgrounds to make room for other stuff and things like that too through the years. So I don't know, something went down somewhere.
Well, I only went to the fairgrounds there once, and that was a couple of years ago, and it was a huge mistake. Not in the fairgrounds, I'll just say it wasn't the greatest place. I can't speak about what's good or bad about the fairgrounds itself, other than when I went there, you've got to go up this giant hill, going up to the from the parking area, the main parking area, and I guess that was maybe I was in the wrong parking area, but I don't think I was. And what I had was, I had my wife and me went, and we had two old ladies in wheelchairs. You ain't lived until you push a wheelchair up that big hill to get up to the fairground.
Well, but yeah, I think I heard that story a time or two there, Paul. I bet that was a exercising adventure.
Well, here's the deal. Going up, I didn't feel too bad. Going down, I thought, if I lose control of this thing or I trip, my mom's going to have a hell of a fast trip down this hill.
Yeah, there you go. I'm still trying to figure out how come they call this here speedway out here in WOD on the Wilson County Rutherford County line. Don't know which turns in which part of the county, why they called it Nashville Speedway. But, I don't know. It is what it is. But anyway, I'll let you get back at it. KU4D.
Yeah, very good. That was Earl. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. He's over in Noreen. Great signal, Earl. Who else is south or east?
KI4SIB.
You checking in your bride?
KI4SOR.
Very good. Yeah, appreciate all you did for the ham holding down the fort over there.
I just did an info down. And as far as where the Nashville Super Speedway is located in regard, well, to Nashville, if you want to look at Talladega, that speedway is anywhere but Talladega, Alabama. It's off in the middle of nowhere. It's semi-close to Talladega, but it's really not close. And Atlanta Motor Speedway is not in Atlanta, Georgia at all. It's about 30, 40 miles south. So Nashville is just the biggest city close to the speedway. They knew people would recognize, I guess, and because who the heck's heard of Gladeville? Which is actually where it is. But anyway, Cal, thank you for what you do, and we'll talk to you when we can. 7:30, everybody. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good. That was Richard, Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, and Stephanie, KI4SOR, giving a little background on that speedway. I always got a kick out of it. I wish it was used more, actually. I'd be attending over there periodically. Yeah, it's true of, what is it? Boston Patriots are actually playing, they're closer to Providence, Rhode Island than they are to Boston. So I always thought that was kind of funny. Who else is east? Had two in there. One of them was, the other one was Chris. How you doing, Stan? Did you buy anything good?
Not really. I bought a few books and a few other things. But it was good to see you today, Paul.
What you think it was a book fest?
Nah, just found a few books I thought I would like, but got a few electronic components, but not much else.
Yeah, anyway, it's worth the $5. If I can, and I would pay it.
Yeah, it was a good hand fest. It was good to see everybody today.
Yep, and it was a good day to boot too. Anything else for the net tonight, Stan?
No, it didn't rain today, and got kind of warm, but
For sure. That was Stan. He's over in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4, just 1 kilo there. Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. Did I hear?
Yep, KG4CXE.
KG4CXE. Couldn't make it to the fest, eh?
No, we might try to do the Huntsville potentially if things line up right, but no, I didn't make it out there this morning. Man, I still need to get some cable. That's about all I know.
I saw some cable for sale there. I'm telling you, they had a couple of retail vendors there with cable. But I assure you, Huntsville will have cable.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Well, you can you know as well as I do. You can buy all the cable you want with the ends you want on it, custom made out of several of the houses around. So it's not like you can't just do it online and then you don't have to drive to Huntsville.
I know. I just don't know if I need the 75. Yeah, it might be somewhere in the middle, and I can't make up my mind. And I got to cut a hole in this drywall too, so it's a complicated install. But hey, so I just need to pull the trigger on it. I'll talk myself into it.
I'm going to make in your case and say, okay, we talked about the cable on July the 3rd, the 7th, the 15th, just to get a track on how many times we talk about.
That would help. I think that would put the pressure on.
No, it's true. I do the same thing. So I'm making fun of you. I do the same thing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then if somebody asks me a week later, no, I haven't done that.
I know. That farm's there, right there.
No, in fact, Wes said, hey, did you ever get? No, I haven't. I'm like giving them excuses. Well, I had to clear off this area and I haven't got it all laid out yet. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. I was just talking about it. I just need to go ahead and pull the trigger, and I don't know that the 75-foot would. I wouldn't. I don't know. I know that it would probably play into the SWR a little bit on this antenna.
Well, some of it is in my case. I don't know about. Oh yeah, I need 100 feet of LMR 400, and then I go, okay, I want the LMR 400. And I go, damn, it's $1.25 a foot. That's $5 plus shipping plus tax. Well, and then I get distracted.
Yeah, I'm looking just for something, kind of equivalent, something that's a little bit more malleable than that, just for the 10 meters or whatever.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so it's not going to be much loss on it or anything like that. Yeah.
No, you're right. Well, that's the mistake I made. The one time I ordered the regular LMR 400, it's like bending copper pipe.
Yeah, it's nuts. I tried to coil it and it fought me. Not a good cable, but I mean it's an awesome cable. It's very rigid. If you're doing like a permanent installation, it works good.
Yeah, well, that's why you buy the.
Yeah, I think I got some of the flex. I don't have the ultra, but it wasn't super flexible, honestly.
No. It's not flexible, very flexible at all. And I don't know if there's more than two varieties, but to anybody who doesn't want to have a wrestling match, get the Ultra Flex. It's worth the money.
Yeah, I got some ABR and some good stuff. Yeah, and I think there's a number of manufacturers that are about this. They're all, equivalent.
Oh no, I'm sure they are. Anything else for the net, Chris? All right, that's Chris, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie, X-Ray Echo, here in the Gladeville area. I say here, over there in the Gladeville. Who else is east?
W8BLA. Yeah.
All right, I had hold on there, Philip. I had November. I had KM4 November Yankee. How you doing, Bill? Oh yeah, as long as you're staying inside when it gets hot, like it was. No, it got hotter than I thought it would, but at least did you get any rain down there? Ah, very good. Yeah, we did cool it off a little. Anything else you got going for the net? Yeah, very good. That's Bill in Murfreesboro. Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee. And the next one up was, I believe, was Papa Lima Alpha. It is whiskey, right?
Of course it's whiskey. What else?
Well, it could be rye.
Start with an R.
Not if I don't want it to be.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I had somebody come up with a new I guess for my call sign today. Whiskey 8 Purple-Legged Armadillo. How do you like that one?
I don't know why not. Purple-legged armadillo. That would be a sight to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
Yeah, you had to throw that stinking. What was that? Cheese steak from Philly.
Oh yeah, for Philly. That's right.
Yeah, I saw a meme yesterday. It said if you hold up that Philly cheesesteak up to your ear,
Oh, okay. Well, all I know is it tasted pretty darn good.
I know Philly's got its share of gun murders and gun shooting to Chicago.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, it was good seeing everybody today. I met a few people that I hadn't met before or talked to. Had a good time. It was my first ham quest, and we had a successful testing session this morning. Had six new coming on the air. We had one expired amateur extra that will be reinstated in his license extra. So that was fun, and congratulations to all those.
Awesome. I told you what I thought my plans, when they get their license, what we really ought to be doing for them.
Oh, you're gonna get them a Dale thing and the J pole for the attic. Is that right?
See, no, it'll work good in the attic. You'll see.
That'd work better than the rubber ducky comes with them. That's for sure.
Well, no, I just think that everybody needs to understand. I mean, it's one thing to know the theory in what they say. Well, they'll talk about dBi, the gain on an antenna, but it doesn't really hit home until you got a crappy antenna.
Oh yeah. Well, we all got to start somewhere, and just starting out with an HT and then going up to a J pole in the attic. That's fine, and then up on your roof, run a tower, even better. Just make sure that what you're doing and changing is increasing your signal.
Yeah, and everybody is, and again, some people have an ability to spend more money at the front end, and not everybody has that ability. And that's all they got. That's all they got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good, Rich.
Ham radio, it's not just a hobby, it's a freaking adventure.
Well, it is an adventure, right? It's an adventure in, um, like I said, that old joke about I hope when I sell the radios for what I told her I paid for them.
Ain't that the truth? But I've been pretty honest with my wife. But no, it's you can try some money up this stuff real fast, but it's a lot of fun. I don't know what I mean. That's the only hobby I've got, so I have a lot of fun at it. So y'all carry on. I just want to throw that comment, and then it was good to see you today, and take care. Okay, of course I'll be back.
Yeah, very good. And Philip, I think that again, the reason it's fun is, and it's enjoyable, is because it would be not enjoyable if everybody on the air would, had nothing to say, or they're cold faced, or all they want to do is give you their call and say bye bye. Ham radio is really about people.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I've gotten into this fall early in January of this year, and I have absolutely had a blast. And I think the most enjoyable part is meeting people and talking to them. I literally had a guy today that was coming down from Scottsville, Kentucky. He'd come down to the Ham Quest, and I heard him on the radio telling everybody bye, and he was out on the road, and I was able to catch him, and he turned around and come back, and I literally sat down and talked to that man for about an hour, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh, that's all. That's what I'm saying. It's really about. I can't tell you. I mean, I've lived in 3 states as a ham now too. Florida, Tennessee, and New York. And it's not the New York you're thinking of. You're probably. I've met so many nice people in ham radio. I mean, really, just it's a pleasure. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I know I just want to say 73 to everybody, and enjoyed everybody coming out to Ham Quest, and just hopefully in the years to come, it'll just keep getting bigger and better. WHPLA, back to that. Thanks for what you do, Paul.
Philip, don't get cocky, man, about the ham. That's okay. Just don't get cocky. Whiskey 8, Papa Lima Alpha, Philip, in Tucker's Crossroads, I believe it was. Who else is? All righty, I got. Yeah, you must have jumped, but that's good. How you doing there, Charles? Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot.
I don't know what you talked so far. I know it's almost 9 o'clock. Worked about 60 hours this past week, and I believe I got carpal tunnel or something on my left hand. Burning and numb made me cry.
Well, that's from probably all that hard work, man. That's it. That's tough on anybody's body.
A lot. I guess that Hamfest in Lebanon was today.
Yeah, it was from about 8 till.
Yeah, I'll try to make it for the get together. Where's it at now?
That one's at the fairgrounds, but that won't be until next.
No, the get together y'all have.
Oh, that's on. Let's see. We have the second and fourth Tuesday at. Think of it in a second. Golden Corral. They're in Hermitage.
I know where the one is in Lebanon.
No, it's on Andrew Jackson Parkway. Can't miss it. It's just about 2.6 miles north of I-4.
Is that by the Kroger's or is that up by Walmart?
It is Kroger. I forget where Kroger's is in there on Andrew Jackson Parkway, but it's just south of the Lowe's. There's a Lowe's on one side of the street, and there's a and it's just south of that, or north of that, excuse me. But if you look up on the web, you look up Golden Corral, you'll see it comes right up for Hermitage. Yes, 8 o'clock, second and fourth Saturday. Anyway, it's Charles. No. It's Kilo Golf 4, is it not, Charles? I screwed up there. Golf 4, Sierra Foxtrot. No, my pen apparently skipped, and it looked like an echo. Anyway, that's Kilo Golf 4, Sierra in Jolt, and who else is east?
KM4, YRF.
Man, I'm gonna start charging you for fill-in time there. You know that. Scale for those.
Well, as long as you'll charge it, I'll be okay with it. And I apologize for everybody checking in. Let's see, for it. It just totally slipped my mind, and I'm in a new place and gotta get my routine down.
Influence of your wife. She's just making you go brain dead.
Well, she was gone and making me cut the grass.
Grass, and you get on that.
Well, she normally does. She went hiking today, and I just decided to give her a break.
Oh, wow. 4 FM without you.
I know it, and I'm sorry I missed it. I won't miss it next week, though.
Yeah, famous last words.
Know me so well. Oh, and I got a little surprise this afternoon. I was doing some cleaning up in the from a knob to my 991. I was so happy.
Oh, wow. How long was it missing?
Well, when I moved from Belshire to over here, it was in a box. And I think what happened is when I pulled it out of the box, the knob came off and it rolled forward. And I moved the trash can that was here, and lo and behold, there it was.
Well, underneath my desk in my office here, I say office loosely, and underneath my car are black holes for parts.
Boy, believe me.
Very good. Anything else on that, Michael?
No, I had a really, really good time at the Hamfest today. I'm really glad I saw a couple things and had a lot of fun. Met some people, and I'm waiting to hear from Brian in Hendersonville to see if he sold that Kenwood HT.
Oh, I don't know. I talked to him. He sold a bunch of stuff. I hope Rick wasn't insulted about my comment about his.
He's never coming back.
I don't buy that from him.
Oh no, it's not that because of his daughters. They got him a big old wooden Sasquatch that they've got up in the tree. How all that came about.
Oh, I didn't even know that was Sasquatch. I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prefer to call it Bigfoot.
Yeah, me too.
Or what's the other term for those? I forget.
Well, Sasquatch and I don't think I've ever heard of another.
There. Say again. Who is that?
Yeti WB0NOL.
Oh, that's the one, Yeti. It quickly said, I went to I was taking an anthropology course. I forget what it was. And yeah, it was anthropology in college 10 years ago, and 10 or 11 years ago. Actually, 12 years ago. I'm making this story up 13 years ago. And they said extra credit if you go to this seminar. It was at night, and you get extra credit. I said, okay, I'm all up for it. I went to it, and what it was one of the renowned quote unquote experts on Bigfoot, and he had written a book. He was a like a semi-professor out of some junior college out in Oregon. He gave, and it was actually, I thought it was going to be a joke. I thought it was just something funny, but he was actually serious, and he was trying to make a case that Bigfoot. And I go, okay, whatever. You keep believing that, and someday, I don't know what they're going to find. But we just thought it was funny. Yeah, big Leroy. Anyway, Michael, appreciate you being there. It's Kilo, and who sometimes does his own net. And he's on, also does the 10-meter net tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. So if you can make it, be there. No, he will mind. He likes to do that. Who did I hear? Oh yeah, we can take you in there, Mark. How you doing?
Doing good, Paul. Good to see saw a bunch of the folks out there at the Hamfest. Had a good day. Had fun. Got rid of a bunch of junk. Just overall a good day.
Yeah, very good. Did you get rid of the stuff you wanted to get rid of?
Well, not all of it. Some of it, I guess I'm just going to have to pitch it. I think it's been to 3 Hamfests in the past.
Yeah, they ought to have. They ought to, when you check in equipment, the supervisor of the Hamfest ought to come down and put, and so people can see the history of the Hamfest it's been to.
Yeah. Well, I had one kind of nice encounter of a young guy, probably 10, 12 years old, something like, came over and was talking geeky computer stuff to me, and I had a Linux put to him for $1. He was tickled to death, toting that thing across the room.
Laptop or full, desktop.
No, it was an old Dell that wouldn't run anymore. It just didn't have enough oomph to it. So I put the Linux, got it running, and sold it to him for $1, and I didn't have to bring it home.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. I had a computer crap out on me, and I didn't have a long time ago, and I loaded up this old 8086 machine with Red Hat. I put Red Hat in it, which is what you wouldn't do that today. And that thing ran fantastic for like a year and a half.
Yep, same kind of thing. Linux is pretty lean compared to Windows. So saw a bunch of other guys and had a table next to Robin, so we chatted all day.
Yeah, and I guess I saw him at the end of the show when he was loading up the truck. And fortunately, he had already put his stuff in the truck, so I didn't have to help. But no, he said he did some stuff too, so I'm glad it worked out.
I'll comment.
Good, Michael.
Mark, did you get rid of the coax? Robin. Oh, okay.
Which coax was he trying to get rid of? I didn't see that.
I had a big box of RG8 size. I don't know whether it was 8 or 213 or LMR or whatever, but it was used coax. They had a bunch of them. I'm talking about the little spool that you tried to. Oh yeah. I don't remember for sure where it went, but it didn't come home with me. Good deal. Back to that.
Yeah, that must have made that kid pretty happy bringing home a fully working computer. Did it still have the functionality? Well, the one problem I had on a couple of with the Linux was I would lose like the ability on for Wi-Fi.
It's pretty neat stuff nowadays, actually. If I had to pay for Windows.
Yeah, no, we're not, because really the functionality of Linux even has a different feel to it because,
Yeah, it is, and the GUI looks a lot like Apple.
well, I guess GUI as well as the foundation of the Apple system is a form or at least a similarity.
Yeah. Well, they can make it look like anything they want. So they're better than these guys that do this stuff and then give it away. I understand it. Uh, it's still pretty neat.
Well, the one, the system that went on the Mars rover 10, okay.
Well, good. It isn't going to crash halfway.
No, apparently it was some form of Linux.
Yeah. Or wasn't it operating system that Linux copied?
I believe so. It had certain elements. That's about as much as I know about Unix. I even haven't heard that term in a while.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, comment.
AOJ. In scientific computing as well, the gold standard is pretty much Linux because it allows you to do that output or Windows would not let you do that. They brush on the carpet in the name of user, accessibility or ability. But with Linux computers, it's like almost raw, direct hardware level access if you want to. So
I didn't catch that.
this is KQ4 AOJ.
Yeah, no, I agree. I had messed around with Linux when I say first came out. It was probably closer to maybe because for Linux was out, I think, a few years before then, 91 or 2 or something like that. And I had a ball with it. I really did. I had a ball with the fact that I could stick it on old machines and they'd run like a champ.
Yeah, they especially for like application, which I also wanted to do, is to use like small Linux computers as they it's a project called the Raspberry Project, and these are how to put it like computers that are size of a credit card. They cannot do like hardcore computing stuff, but for simple applications, it has Wi-Fi, it has Ethernet, basically everything that a computer is supposed to have, and these are supposed to be really cheap. Well, because of chip shortage, now they're getting very double the price that they're supposed to be at, which makes them less advantageous. But if things go back to normal, I really want to, get one of those and just build an echoing station.
Oh yeah, no, I have Alexander, I know what you're saying. Because earlier renditions, not the first, but one of the earlier renditions of Raspberry Pi to do a mesh network, which I had for a while now. There was nobody to talk to. But that Raspberry Pi, it had the HDMI output, it had Wi-Fi. There it is in a box the size of a cigarette pack.
Yep.
I think it was, I don't know when I bought that. It might have been 50 or 60 bucks, maybe. I don't even know if it was that much, but it just they've done with those. It's actually a stripped down. That Raspberry obviously is a stripped down version, but it has the functionality, all the functionality, even do routine internet access, minor or word processing like texting, and it has all the fun. It's really great. Anyway, appreciate you being there. Anything else for the net?
Nope, all done. Have a good nap. I'm going to probably go to bed here pretty quick. Heavens, no. I was damn lucky to get it back.
Oh, lucky. A lot of faith you have in me.
Yeah. I could have sold it once, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of gear, though. November, Oscar. It's Mark and Northwest Wilson. Who else is East or North? East or North or West?
K4BWA.
Hey, Ricky, it was good to meet you today.
Oh, yeah. man, it was nice to meet you. I met a lot of, I tell you, Richard over there. You know, I got to meet him and meet Mike and Rick from Ashton City. Uh, yeah, there's a few. I got to meet Kevin, MIC. Oh man, I and it was actually this was my first ham quest and Jeff Radio.
Oh, awesome. Very good. Which one did you get?
Well, I got the one that was in the conditioning building. There was a guy over there on the left side as you come in, and he had a Kenwood TS 570 for sale for like 580 with a what them stand up mics with it for $80, and he threw it all at me for $500. So you know, he said it was a good starter radio for somebody that was just getting an HF, and I was like, well, that's me. So, and it was real funny because when I left the house this morning, I had just went ahead and got into my little stash and pulled out $500 and with me just in case. So I figured that was like an omen for me to buy that radio.
Yeah, that's a nice radio. And you got, and you know that that desk mic normally sells for like 150 clams.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was selling it separately for like $80, and then he had like 580 on the radio. And then he said that, you know, before he even knew how much I had in my pocket, he just said, well, and I thought to myself, you know, that's strange that he would come up with that number, considering that was all the cash. So, I mean, I just felt like it was meant to be.
Well, here's the deal. I'm pretty sure, Ricky, that you know you're going to over the Capitol, aren't you? You know the sales tax.
Yeah, sure.
I was joking with a couple of guys there that you could go into a ham fest if nobody knew you, and you a semi-official looking, you know, not name tag, and you say, listen, I'm with the state tax. Money changing hands, but I don't see any tax certificates.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I didn't see any of it either. You know, but it was a fun day for me. I enjoyed it. Had it, and looking forward to the next one. That's for sure.
No, absolutely. No, Hamfests are really, it's just fun. That's to me, I don't get to see a regular basis because I don't. I haven't been going to local clubs in quite a while, in a couple 3 years, and so Hamfest.
No, that's it. Just God bless everybody out there, and like, and you're right. A lot of times you get a picture of people that in your mind you think they would look like, and they don't look nothing like they sound. You know, there's a lot of guys that I would think that I talk thinking they're in their, you know, 30s, 40s as far as the way they sound, and then you get over there and you meet them and they're, you know, old as dirt. Not no offense, but you know, just you sound younger on the radio, I guess. Now this is K4 BWA Ricky in Portland. Turn it back over to you, Paul, and net control.
For Bravo Whiskey Alpha, he does the net on Thursday nights. It's Simplex net on 147.555, 8 p.m. Thursday night. 555. So make sure to jump in there when you can. Who else is north or west?
AO4 OTV.
Hey, you didn't see me once there with my hat on there, Joel. I heard you on the radio cruising into the event talking to somebody. I don't know who it was.
You know, it's crazy. No, I didn't see you, and I was like, man, I wonder if Paul's here. And I was with a huge group, BMR. It's probably, I don't know, not a huge group, probably 10 of us, and we were out back. I guess we're up in the little W Cares trailer, I think it was. I can't even remember what the trailer was sit on the side of. Now, anyhow, I'm sitting there, his net he has going on there, and he pokes his head out, and I'm like, oh, hey, never did. I had no idea you were. You couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm standing right next to that trailer, I think. And he pops out, and I'm like, oh, how cool. So I went in this little trailer, man. He had a nice setup in there, man. There was several different styles of radios in there, man. Really cool. And yeah, I definitely met out, and I was there. I was there early. I got there right when the gate opened, and or just thereafter, and big time. And I guess we got out of there around 11, and we got some barbecue right across the way. And after we ate, we all kind of moseyed on back to the house from there because I had about an hour and 10-minute ride from there. So, but yeah, I didn't know if you were there or not, following out.
Oh, listen, I'm hard to miss. 6'3", 245.
I know. And, I met that I talked to for so long now, and it was like, man, where were you located at in there?
Moving around, just like you.
Yeah, that's pretty much us. I was outside a lot. I was out back for quite some. Moved to the front, and then we sat inside at a table right there at the entrance for a good 30, 45 minutes. Everybody linked up on DroidStar because apparently a lot of people didn't know how to get it. I had downloaded it about a year ago and couldn't figure it out. And turns out it was all because the call sign had to be in lowercase when you typed it in to make it work. So I had a learning experience today while we were sitting in there.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that DroidStar thing.
Well, you can do just about every mode on it. It's got DMR, D-Star, Fusion, uh, uh, several other modes in there I've never even heard of. But yeah, it was pretty neat. I didn't have all I had on me today was a little Kenwood 2 meter HD. Plus, I had my I had my truck too, but I wasn't in it much. But yeah, out there, I really was impressed.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I can use the term if I get on DroidStar. These aren't the droids that you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah, it was fun. That's the first ham fest I'd been to. So yeah, I didn't need anything. I just wanted to try it out and see what the experience was like. I've got everything really. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I want, but you know how that is.
Oh, I do. Well, very good, Joel. Good. I'm sorry we didn't meet up over there. In fact, I was over because a lot of people hadn't met me who had been on the Simplexton, and some of them who had met me, and in spite of that, still wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I was hoping to see you too, and it was like everywhere I turned, it was a conversation. It was crazy. It was a lot of people there. I couldn't believe how big the turnout was, which I don't know what it's normally like. Since pre-COVID, I'm going to say it was. I've never been to one, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. The guys I were with, they bought a little Diamond X30 for I don't know $30. I mean, he didn't pay much for it. I told him I said, man, they're great antennas. I've got the bigger brothers of that, and I get really good reports with it. I mean, try it out, see what you think.
Yeah, no, it was all good. It really was. No, those are fun. It's always fun, especially on the local. And that's one of the reasons I think that one's great. That's the 7th year. I was involved in the preparation and the getting together. The first one, 7, but I had dropped out of the club not because, well, they're bums, but that's beside the point. No, I dropped out because of some personal with me. So that kind of put a little kibosh on the outside activities for a while. Anyway, let me get rolling here. There, and I'm glad we'll have to meet up again. Go to Huntsville in 3 weeks. We'll meet there.
Outstanding. I'd like to meet y'all at a breakfast sometime.
Well, we're there second and fourth Tuesday there at Golden Corral.
So is it like that every month, second and fourth Saturday? I've never received anything.
Is your email on QRZ?
Yeah, it should be. That's a good question. I don't get on there very often. I will double check that and make sure. But yeah, it should be. I know it's in the ARL and all that other stuff, but I might have to double check, make sure.
Yeah, because we send out the reminders about the breakfast every time we have. You not read email?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be glad to go, but I don't think I've ever gotten anything in the mail. So I'm not sure.
All right, no problem. We'll bring you up to the 20th century here this month or so. 21st century. That's well, we'll drag you up to the 20th century first.
I wish it still was. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, well, a little day older and another day closer to the graveyard. He's in Jolton. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. And yeah, it's true. I'm glad that a ham fest for the newer ham. I'm glad they had a good time because that's what it's really all about, just having a good time and seeing people you didn't know who they were and meeting friends. But they're friends before you meet them, and then they're friends usually after you meet them. Anyway, anybody else north or west?
Well, Ray was in there.
Hey Ray, you in there? Okay, I got Ray in there. Besides north or west?
Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson.
Thanks for hanging on through our long-windedness there, Jack.
Hey, I learned a lot tonight.
No, it's in spite of the fact that it seems like sometimes I drag on, I learn a lot. I have fun talking to people.
Well, talking to Larry on the D-Star net, and he said it was a really good. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. That's too much standing and walking for me, and that's one reason that I enjoy the breakfast twice a month because I can sit there and talk to people, and I especially enjoy it when new people show up.
Oh yeah, well, you know Eddie. I don't think you've met Eddie, have you? At W4EBA.
No, never met Eddie.
He showed up. This is the first time I've seen him this way, but he showed up in one of those electric wheelchairs, and he was having a ball.
Well, that's probably next on my list.
Well, there's no sin in that, okay? I mean, I do it. In fact, having been on my feet all morning, my the socket joints there in my hips, they were hurting by the time I got out of there from being on my feet for 5 hours.
Well, the other thing, third weekend in August, always. And the last time I went, which was several years ago, went with Otis, and I couldn't walk in the middle of one of the rooms and let him get his purchases, and I sat there and guarded them. And then the last one that they had before COVID hit, he wasn't able to go. I offered to drive him down there. But it's been a few years since I've been, but it's always the third weekend in August.
Well, I'll tell you what would be a great plan. Not anymore because I gave them away, but to rent a wheelchair for the day or borrow one for the day because there's no sin in being in a wheelchair.
And my dad was in a wheelchair the last 10 years of his life, so I understand about wheelchairs. But anyway, I'll let some of the rest check in, and thanks for doing the net, Paul. Appreciate it, and glad everybody had a good time at the ham.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, thought about you. That was Jack, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor, and he's in Donaldson. Who else is north or west?
Kilo Golf 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg and Antioch.
Yeah, very good, Greg. Appreciate you hanging in there. That's Greg and Antioch. How you doing? We did good on the nets tonight. I mean, we really had a nice fusion net with 6.
Yeah, it went well. And we still got 2 more to go, so I won't keep it.
2 more, what? Oh, nets tonight, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll see you on those KD4 CVE.
Yeah, very good. That's Greg and Antioch, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is north or west? Hello, Chris. What's up with you? You had a good time at the event today?
Yeah, almost got out there without buying anything. But, the last room we were in, down a frequency counter. They said it's cheap, but it's been a lot of money. But, yeah, I said I can't seem to walk away from one of those hands without buying something. I thought this was going to be my first one. Even there was a few years ago, I didn't buy anything. It was one of the last guys I talked to. I said, oh, it's like an old Kenwood radio. He goes, yeah, I don't know if it works or not. $5. I think, well, if it works, that's worth $5. And if it doesn't, well, parts are probably worth $5 at least. That's not anything with it. But yeah, it's good educational thing than anything else.
Yeah. No, it's always, like I said, it's really a people event as much as it is an equipment event, you know.
Yeah, but I can do that later in the day. I get out there in the morning hoping to find good deals. I laugh because some of the stuff on eBay or whatever, the outrageous prices for older equipment, and even the prices rival new gear. It's like, why am I going to spend that kind of money on something that's 20, 30 years old when I can get something new with a warranty, sometimes multiple years, if you want to pay a little extra for it. But, saw some of that today. Did see some nice radios, but just kept on going. Anyway, I said, not much for the net. Want to check in. Say hi. It's good to see everybody out there. And, probably catch you on breakfast next time.
Very good. That was Chris. He's in Hermitage, I believe. Kilo India 4 Whiskey, Bravo Zulu, another Hamfest attendee, another satisfied customer. Who else is north or west? Northwest or anywhere? I got all night.
Well, Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Oscar Juliet from Southeast Nashville.
Yeah, very good. We got Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Oscar Juliet. I keep on fumbling over those letters. How you doing, Alexander? Do you enjoy the Hamfest?
Yeah. I went there pretty early, but went around, looked for people. Well, the biggest problem was I forgot to take my radio with me, and then I'm at the site, and I'm like, oh, I actually don't know anyone, and without my radio, how am I supposed to find these people?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but you found a bunch.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's really I don't know of another hobby there's no hobby quite like amateur radio, because anybody who gets on the air with any regularity is generally more gregarious than your normal person. They're just people are outgoing, and they don't mind talking about their equipment or their gear or whatever. They're just outgoing people.
Yeah, and I also noticed it on even Echo with like when I speak to Turkey, people in Turkey, they're always like, oh, if you ever visit our city, you should definitely come, have a drink with us or like have coffee with us. It's also like a certain degree of fraternity among the ham radio people.
Oh, absolutely. No, it is an interesting fraternity that it wraps around some form of technology, because everybody's got a radio, especially in HF. Everybody's got a fairly sophisticated radio and a fairly good antenna, so they're happy with what they have, and and most hams are willing to share what they got.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's new, and you're right. It really hasn't mattered. I've talked to people all over the world in the 17 or so years, over going on 18 years in ham radio, whether it's from Russia. God bless them, they get problems now. But wherever in Europe, Eastern Europe, no matter who I've talked to overseas, I've never met it in somebody who was a jerk.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I was telling my wife like if more people did that, ham radio, and she said if they did, probably have. You wouldn't have as many nice people as you have at the moment. The problem with people getting too popular is all sorts of people start doing it and quality goes down.
Yeah, I think you're right. But at the same time, I think some of the self-correction that goes on in ham radio keeps people out. I've met people who are, for instance, they're in CB, they just enjoy CB and they're having a good time, and that's great. But I said, why don't you get a license? And they don't want to register with the FCC. They just feel this issue with registering something with the government. They'd rather be private. And so you go, okay, fine, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I was also not super happy about that, but I guess.
Yeah, it's no big deal, because the people give a lot of credit to that somehow the government's going to track you down. The government's not that competent, really.
I'm not as much afraid about the government as other people, to be honest, like name and address information, but I guess I don't have that many enemies.
I don't imagine you have any there, Alexander.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I've met people that I didn't get along with, but they're not my enemies. I don't think I have any enemies. I'd have to think about that for a little while. Anyway, anything else for the net, Alexander? It was good to finally meet you. It's I think you had a good time at the Ham Fest. I know I did.
Yeah, it was really nice meeting you. And is the breakfast next week?
I'd have to look at the calendar. My calendar still says June. Hold on one second. It is the 2nd and 4th, so it is going to be in July. It won't be the 6th. That's the first Saturday. So obviously it's going to be the 13th and the 27th.
Okay. Oh, it would have been today, but it was postponed due to Ham Fest.
No, we had missed it. I mean, the 2nd and 4th. I think today. Dang it. Hold on one second. The 2nd and 4th would have made it this month. It would have been the 9th and the 23rd, which we did. And since today's the 30th, there was no breakfast. And so next one, that 2nd and 4th screws up a lot of people. In this case, it's going to be the 6th, the 13th and the 27th. So everybody write that down. 13th and the 27th is the breakfast.
Yeah, I hope I get the 13th.
Yeah, because it works out perfectly because the Huntsville Ham Fest is on the 20th, which is in between those dates, which is perfect.
Yep, I'll probably be in Turkey later August. But yeah, I definitely want to come to one of the breakfasts before I head out.
Okay, very good. Good. Look, I hope to see you there, and hope to hear you on the air. Obviously, in between that time, there was Kilo Quebec 4, Alpha Oscar Juliet, and that's Alexander. He's from Nashville. He's living in Nashville. Is there anybody else out there before we move on? We're running a little long here tonight. Nothing. I'm going to move over to 140. What was I going to? 144, 240. That's where we're headed. So if I hear a complaint, somebody wants to check in. All righty, we're going to move over to 144, 240. We'll be there momentarily. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplexton on 144, 240. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. From
Bravo 5 Echo Charlie Victor. Got a comment too.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
I was just going to say earlier, but I want to come back in on the net because it is running long. If you want to know what I look like, you use the right search words. I'm on the internet.
Okay, the right search words. Does it have to be handsome or just average or what?
It's like 1/900 for a good time, but truthfully, yeah.
Okay, very good. No, it doesn't matter. Truthfully, it doesn't matter because there's an old saying, and I forgot exactly what it is. And it was talking. Essentially, you think about this about women. It says it's a little paraphrase. I think it says it is a pity that we attribute beauty with goodness. And it's true. We tend to mess up the idea of somebody who's attractive, whether they're a good person or not.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe I wasn't understanding it. It was like, yeah, I do all kinds of good stuff, but they don't find me handsome. They just find me handy.
Well, again, looks are an attribute that doesn't have anything to do with your personality or your goodness, for that matter.
Anyway, just gonna put that out there when we switched over.
Very good. That was Larry in Walter Hill, Kilo Bravo 5, Echo Charlie Victor. Who else is out there? Let's start where we stand. On the front of the South. Please come down. Anybody else from the South? South or East?
KG4 CXC, Chris and Mount Juliet.
All right, Chris, you got in there. Good solid signal. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else? East? I think I had a double in there, but I heard Stan, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Good signal, Stan. Was there another person in there? Hey, there you go, Bill. You missed it. Well, you did jump in on the 2-meter net, didn't you? I forgot.
Roger. I was going to ask you if you make sure you get me down.
Oh yeah, no, I did not. Yeah, again, good job on everything you guys did on the Ham Fest. It really was. I don't. The only drawback, and you already know what I'm going to tell you, the disjointedness of the spaces messes people up. That's all.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to work on, definitely. Appreciate all your help too, Paul. I know you were helpful in sending out
Yep. No, I appreciate it. No, it's all good. That's easy. Hey, that's easy work, man. That's easy. Just a few clicks and it's gone. Anyway, that was Bill. He is checking in here on 144-240. He's over in Possum Town. KK4 Kilo 4 whiskey uniform. Who else is east or north?
Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu.
Hey, Kevin, it was great seeing you today.
Oh, it's good seeing y'all too today, Paul. I was trying to check in on the other one, but apparently you couldn't hear me.
Well, was that early on?
Yeah, when you called East, I tried a couple of times, but you never heard me, so I gave up.
Oh, that's funny. What the heck were you using?
Or maybe not.
So what were you using? A handheld?
No, same radio, same thing.
Wow, I didn't hear you, and I don't think. Well, I'll have to ask around. Richard should have heard you easily.
Yeah, I don't know. I must have not had something hooked up. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong there. But yeah, I just want to check in. I'd like to say everybody out there that Wednesday, I'd like to say nice meeting y'all guys. Y'all can hear me. And thank y'all. Definitely a pleasure meeting y'all guys. And well, I wish I would stay longer, but you know how that goes, Paul.
Oh yeah, no, I stayed too long. Man, I'm not kidding you. My hip joints were sore when I left there today.
Oh, I'm sure they were. You look like you're doing a lot of walking around.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good though. I'm happy to be there. Next time I'm bringing an electric wheelchair like Eddie.
There you go. That's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna give me one.
Yeah, we can have wheelchair races.
Hell, I think I give me one that is electric logo stick. They'll bounce around that place.
Oh, you wish.
All right, what's on the KT4 Mustang?
Yeah, very good. That's Kevin. He's in Lakeland. Lakeland. He's in Lebanon. I think I'm in Florida again with Lakeland. Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu, another attendee. Who else is east or north?
KM4YRF.
All righty, we got Michael in there, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet, kind of. It is Mount Juliet city limits, right?
Absolutely, I'm on the parkway.
Okay, very good. Your signal sounds kind of funky. Are you something different?
Well, my son has a air compressor running outside. That's probably what it is, and I'm on the mag mount.
Okay, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you got something going on there, buzzsaw or Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something.
Right, back to that, Paul.
Very good. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Mount Juliet. Who else is east or north? Anybody west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg in here.
Very good. We got Greg in there. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Good signal. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor Jack and Donaldson.
Oh yeah. You sure you're not on FM?
You sound like it.
I know. It's amazing how good it is sometimes. Kilo Delta 4. I'm sorry. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. That's Jack and wherever it is. Donaldson. I get all confused here. Who else is west? West or anywhere? All righty, I want to quit right there. And we had, by the way, we had 31 on 2 meters. We just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on 10 meters, and I mean on 2 meters upper sideband. And we're going to go over to 50.135. Michael, would you mind making that announcement?
I will. I can't do 6 meters tonight, though.
All right, very good. We'll catch you later then. I appreciate the help. K4PEW moving over to 50.135. Very good. This is K4PEW Net Control, Mount Juliet Simplexton on 50.135. Looking for check-ins from the south. Please come in. Anybody from the south or east? Southeast or north? Any place, anywhere? All right, hold on. I got Jack in there, and I got Oscar Tango Victor. We got Joel in there. Those are the two I heard. Jack, I got you at really low signals here on 6 meters. Kilo Go for India Lima Victor and Kilo Oscar for Oscar Tango Victor. How you copying me, Joel? Say again? No, it's not loud at all to me. But how about you, Jack? Yeah, yours is very low, very, very low here on 6 meters. I'm a little surprised. Anyway, let me move on. Who else is any place, anywhere? All right, hold on one second. I got Kilo Bravo 5, Echo Charlie Victor, and of course that's Larry and Walter Hill. Who was the other station? Yeah, I can hear you in there, but it's very, very low signal and audio. I can hear you in there. It's just like it's a very low, just above. It's not much noise, but I can just barely hear it. I can hear you. It's just low. It just fell apart. Are you still talking? Oh, anyway, let me move on. Who else is any place, anywhere? Anybody, any place, anywhere? Please come now. Okay, well, I'm waiting, and we got me and Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor and Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Can't read my writing here. And Kilo Bravo 5 Echo Charlie, no, CVE. It's actually CVE. Charlie Victor Echo ECV. What the heck is your call there, Larry? I got it down here and I'm writing it down wrong. It is, hold on, I've got it written down here. I feel like an idiot asking that again. But it's, well, give me your call again. It's Echo Charlie Victor. That's what it is. I should know better than that. I just couldn't read my writing here. Echo Charlie Victor. And then, of course, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Is there anyone else? I'm not here. Is anybody hearing anyone else I can't hear? All righty, closing out the net. We had 5 on 6 meters upper sideband, and look forward to whatever on the net. Look forward to ever talking to everybody again. Thanks for being there, K4P.